So it is day 2 of the City of Johannesburg inaugural Energy Indaba held under the theme Reimagining Energy. The city wants to invest in energy to lessen the reliance on Eskom electricity supply. Today's focus has been on how to curb vandalism and theft of copper cables leading to disruption in power supply. SABC News economics reporter Gloria Sefako-Musi is tracking developments at the Indaba.
It is the second day of the Johannesburg Energy Indaba, where the City of Jhb has organized this Indaba to try and solve the problem of energy constraints that we're facing, the load shedding that we've been seeing, to try and solve this so that the city, the businesses in the city, the residents do not have to go through this challenge anymore. So this morning we had more about the issue of vandalism and cable theft that we've seen that has left communities for weeks without energy. To talk more about this, what has been achieved over the past 2 days, we are talking now to the City of Johannesburg Mayor, Dr. Mpho Phalatse. Ma'am, thank you so much for joining us. It's day 2. Have you achieved what you set out to achieve with this conference?
Yes, certainly. I think firstly it's just how many people have been interested in the conference. The uptake, it's been oversubscribed. We've got over 500 delegates, 36 exhibitors, 120 learners over the 2-day period. There's a lot of interest, and a lot of the players in the industry are saying this is long overdue. They're very excited that government is ready to do business. We have hogged the space for far too long, and now power producers are coming on board, and they want to see how they can help us protect our revenue, and they understand our need to protect our revenue because our fiscus depends on it, and we use that money to do other things like social amenities and so on. And so there is an understanding. We're engaging with all the various associations in the space. We will be signing an MOU later on today with the various associations, but we'll leave it open. Whoever is not here and missed the opportunity will still have an opportunity to come and pledge their support and their commitment to walk this journey with the city. There's a lot we need to figure out together. What's the right strategy? Where do we get the funding from? And also we need to strengthen our voice with government and other tiers of government, particularly where there's legislative and regulatory constraints. We need to be able to break those down together. I'm very hopeful and excited on behalf of our residents and various other stakeholders in the city. I'm quite positive that we'll be able to resolve the energy crisis in Joburg.
Any interesting pledges for investments in the energy space from independent power producers that you can talk about?
Well, yes. I mean, the few that we've engaged with have a lot of money, a lot of them raising huge amounts of money for their various projects. So we just need to quantify that. Of course, we'll be organizing ourselves after the Indaba. This was just a 2-day conversation to find each other, to constitute some kind of an advisory body so that we organized around the work that we're going to do going forward. And then we'll be able to quantify exactly what is available to Johannesburg. A lot of the power producers that are here are doing work in other parts of the country, but there's quite a lot of interest in Johannesburg, understanding how strategic Johannesburg is not only for the country but for the entire continent.
Just taking you back to earlier this morning, the focus was more on the cable theft issue. We heard that Gauteng is the center where this distribution and the illicit market is here. What are the plans on the table that you're going to be implementing to try and resolve this issue?
Well, I mean, there's a lot that's already happened. If you look at the trend in the last few weeks, we've seen a significant reduction in the number of incidents of cable theft and vandalism of our infrastructure ever since we started working in an integrated fashion with the national SABs, the provincial SABs, as well as the Hawks. Both of them were here and they presented today. We've started doing our ongoing joint operations, and those are very successful. We will be targeting the scrap metal industry, because they are on the demand side, and we need to curb that as well. So there are some plans there as well. We need to strengthen intelligence through state security. They're also part of the plan. We've got our group forensic and investigation services unit at a local level as well that will be focusing on intelligence gathering. We'll be also deploying smart technologies. So there's quite a lot of interest in drone technologies as an example. The MMC for Public Safety is actually here, MMC Tembe, and he was listening very intently in both the law enforcement sessions but also in the smart technology sessions, and we were looking at what we need to implement as a city. And SABC is also investing quite a bit in drone technology. So we're going to be leveraging resources from all the different tiers of government to strengthen what we have to be able to tackle this on the ground. So there's quite a lot that's already happening, and the commitment is ongoing. We're finalizing our Safer City strategy at a provincial level together with the Provincial Commissioner Mawela, and that work is also happening, and it's going to really impact positively on our need to secure our infrastructure. And lastly, we've instructed City Power to start the application process for our critical infrastructure to be declared critical infrastructure. That's going to mobilize resources for the safety and security of our critical infrastructure. That process is already underway, and hopefully soon we'll be able to secure it much better.
Thank you so much for your time, ma'am. That is the Joburg Mayor, Dr. Mpho Phalatse, talking to us there about developments here at the Energy Indaba that is wrapping up today. It's back to you in studio.